Step 3 in the home buying process is we need to get your home inspection ordered and your appraisal ordered. So I want to go over what both of these are and why they're important to you. First off is the home inspection. This is a general home inspection where somebody's going to go out to the house and they're going to inspect everything, from the foundation to the roof and everything in between. And they're going to look for things that jump out at them. They're going to look at the plumbing, the electrical, the foundation, the roof structure, and they're going to look at everything in the home. And if they see anything that's out of sorts, they're going to make sure to note it. Typically, they'll take a photograph, and at the end of the day, they're going to provide you a report. It's usually dozens and dozens of pages that are going to outline everything that they found in that home. Then it's up to you if you choose to request repairs. Traditionally, cosmetic things are things we're not usually requesting. Again, it's all negotiable. But if we find health and safety things like outlets that are not protected against short circuiting from water, things like that we're usually going to request repairs on. And if we find issues with foundations or roofs, we're going to request repairs on things like that, so health and safety things are usually what we're most looking for. If we see nail holes in the walls or a scratch on the wall, you're going to be able to deal with some of those smaller things. But we do want to address some of those bigger things. And when we do, we'll talk a little bit more about it in future steps. But we can either request that they repair the issues, give us a credit for those issues, or give us a price reduction for those issues. And we'll talk about that more as we move along in the process. But ultimately, this is done so that we can find out if there's any issues. Sometimes what might come up too is there might be something with the foundation. While the person who's there is a general home inspector, we might need to have a foundation specialist come out and look at the foundation, or we might need a plumber to look at the plumbing, or an electrician to look at the electrical if there's anything that comes up on the general home inspection. So sometimes you have not only the initial inspection, but some follow-up inspections to get a little more clarity on things. And the second part of this step is that we need to get an appraisal done. And the goal of the appraisal is we want to make sure that the home is worth at least what you're paying for. It could always be worth more. We're never going to complain about that. But the bank wants to make sure that if you're paying $1 million for a home, that the home is worth $1 million, so that they're loaning you based on the actual market value of the home. If we run into a scenario where it appraises at the $1 million or above the $1 million, everything is good. If it happens to appraise below the $1 million, and that's what we're under contract at, that also can open up another round of negotiations. So let's just say in this scenario, it ends up at $950,000 and we're under contract for $1 million. We've got a $50,000 spread there. There's a few different things that can happen. One, you can say, I don't care that the appraisal came in low, I'll cover the $50,000 difference. You could say, hey seller, it came in at $950,000. You need to drop your price to the $950,000, or what more commonly happens is that we negotiate and we end up somewhere in the middle. There's no rule about what happens here. It's just all a negotiation. At the end of the day, it's our job to ensure that the appraisal comes in at the purchase price for you. So we'll help out with that appraiser, give them some comps, let them know what we're looking at when we made our offer on the home. So hopefully that appraisal comes in at or above that value and everything is smooth. We're moving on to the next step. That is step 3 in the home buying process.